So here you go.
Hello, and thank you. First of all, actually, thanks to all the organizers for putting this up and giving me a chance to talk about a project that I really, really love. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Rosconf. Anyway, keywords. Yeah, so the topic is Diaspora. And before I get like too euphoric about it, I'm going to talk about me. Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm Liz at wk3.org on Diaspora. So if you want to follow me, do it there. I think I'm the only one of the speakers today who is not an actual maintainer of the project, but I do other things. I started 3 or maybe even 4 years ago organizing actual user meetups in Berlin for the community, and now also starting hack days, hopefully frequently, and I also do stickers. And I have a lot of them with me, so come and talk and maybe hack on it and get a sticker. I also make buttons, and I have some of those with me if you're into buttons. I also make t-shirts like the one I'm wearing and the one that Stefan is wearing, which is at FOSDEM, where Diaspora had its first booth this year. And yeah, things I also do for the project is mentoring and like advocating the project for Red Skill Summer of Code. So in 2013 and 2014, we had teams contributing to project, like to Diaspora as their first open source contribution, and this would only be like, this wouldn't be possible without like the amazing help of the Diaspora community, which is very, very beginner friendly. Yeah. And since Diaspora is all about community and doing things together, I'm not actually alone here. I have Florian with me, or kind of like he's there. Hi. He's Raven24 at pod.full.name on Diaspora. And he's like an actual maintainer of the project, so he will be my tech backup later on during the hack, during the hack day or hackathon. So again, Diaspora. I've been talking like a lot about it already, but what is it for the people who may not know? It's the decentralized open source social network. Buzzwords, buzzwords, buzzwords. What do they all mean? Let's start. When I say decentralize and like it's decentralized, what is decentralization? And let's ask Wikipedia, because Wikipedia knows everything. Decentralization is the process of redistributing or dispersing functions, powers, peoples, or things away from a central location or authority. So you don't have everything in one single point, but you have different things that are not in a single point. So this does not mean that you have like one, let's say Facebook, where you like say facebook.com and log in, but you have like different servers that you can like create accounts and log into, and they all connect through the network, or like on their network. Okay, so decentralized, not a single point, different points. Excel, federation, and I'm gonna ask Wikipedia again what federation in information technology means. And it says, a federation is agreeing upon standards of operation in a collective fashion. The term may be used when describing the interoperation of two distinct, formally disconnected telecommunication networks that may have different internal structures. What does that mean? It means that like services connect and communicate with each other, and they might be built in a different manner, but they still can like connect and communicate, which is very, very important, as you will see later on. Also, sometimes words that are also used are distributed, and like instead of federated, they use the word distributed, which kind of means the same. Not exactly the same, but you can read Wikipedia and for like the small differences. The next one is funny because I don't know if you know, but what does open source mean? Let's ask Wikipedia again. Apparently open source software is computer software with its source code made available with a license in which the copyright holder provides the rights to study, change, and distribute the software to any purpose, to anyone and for any purpose. This is actually pretty cool, and I think you all know that because you are here and you want to hack on open source. This is also what the OSS and ROSCONF stands for. So good. Okay, so the last one, social network. What is a social network? And I promise you this is the last definition. The social network is a structure made of a set of social actors such as individuals or organizations, and a set of dyadic, I have no idea how to pronounce that, ties between these actors. So you have like people that like form bonds or like interact in some way, and this is apparently already enough to have a social network, which is like very loose, I don't know, definition. But yeah, in one sentence, Diaspora allows people to connect and to interact without a central authority, while being free for everyone to use and to modify. And this is like one sentence, but let's sink in. This is actually like what makes Diaspora very special to me, because it's not like one of your Facebooks or Twitters. It cannot be controlled. It's decentralized. You don't have a single authority that like can put a censorship on it. They can like say like you're not allowed to post this. All these articles that I read about, oh my god, this image was removed from Instagram. It's like, yeah, why should they be able to do that? If someone wants to put it out there, they should put it out there. And yeah, Diaspora gives us liberty to actually use and communicate and connect to people in any way we want, and without having like these boundaries. And I think that this is pretty amazing. Break for me to drink. Okay. A brief history of things, like super brief. 2010, and by coincidence, actually yesterday, 5 years ago, 4 students, computer science students from the US, started a Kickstarter campaign for their idea of a decentralized social network, and they actually like successfully funded their goal of, I think, $200,000, which 5 years ago was like, oh my god, it's a crowdfunding campaign, and it was successful, and people gave money to just an idea. Yeah. It was big back then, and they were working on this idea with the money over the summer, and at the end of 2010 they released like an alpha version, which was, to be honest, pretty slow, and I couldn't use it, and I thought it was like, oh my god, this is never gonna be like anywhere. But I was wrong. There was supposed to be a beta release in the end of 2011, like after a whole year of improvements. But that was pushed back, and because of one of the original founders who had the idea passed away, and that shook the founders and also the community quite hard, and which led to some incidents in 2012, where the original founders participated in the Y Incubator program, and after that decided to, I actually don't want to say drop the project, but drop the project. And say, like, focus on their own things and open up the project to the community, which is like the phase of community governance that Diaspora is under today. So there's not like maintainers that like came up with the idea and like put their finger on this feature and this feature, but everything's basically open for discussions, and the people who are maintaining it now are like always involved in the discussions, as well as the community who does not do any technical stuff. So yeah, so if you want a feature out there, just like state your opinion, and there will be discussions, and everybody's like opinion is actually taken seriously, except for people who, yeah, you know, the special people. Okay, so after this like transition to the community governance, it took some time, but yeah, so the first, like, it was also the switch from like alpha and beta versions to like semantic versioning. And 2013 saw the first community release, which was awesome. And 2014 said, like, so multiple releases and more bug fixes and more, until we are now, 2015, and actually this week again, Diaspora 0.5.00 release candidate is out, so you can check it out. It has, like, it's the biggest release yet, with lots of features and stuff. Pretty cool. Okay, how does it look like? This is more for fun. This is a screenshot of my stream. So if you ever have used a social network of any kind, this might look familiar to you. You have a stream or timeline, like we call it stream, in the middle, that is composed of posts by people you follow or hashtags you follow, and that you can filter by those set parameters, and it's actually pretty usable. Just use it. Okay, sorry. Okay, what is it made of? Because this is like a hackathon and you want to work on it, because, yeah, but this is more or less name dropping because I won't show any code today. So this is like a bunch of technical things that you might enjoy. So I already said that Diaspora is made up of several servers, and one server is a Rails application, basically. And there's lots of things around it. Some parts of the front end are built with Backbone to like get some of the heavy working from the server to like the client. Yeah, there's lots of testing frameworks. I think we have like all the testing frameworks. Database-wise, you can choose between Postgres or MariaDB or MySQL. And yeah, what might be interesting is the federation protocol. So the protocol that the servers use to like share the information is made up of Webfinger, Salmon, and PubSub Hubbub, which I only put in there because it sounds so funny, and it's, I think, the best name for a protocol of any kind. Yeah. Also, if you have questions about any of these things, feel free to ask me or Florian later on. Okay, what does the future hold? Yeah, so we just said we have an upcoming release next week, or yeah, it's just a few issues are open apparently. But yeah, there's more things coming up. People are working on chat integration with XMPP, which is super cool because you have like another widely available distributed communication protocol, and you can hook into with different clients and use OTR for chat encryption. And if you have questions about that or think that's interesting, there's a repo under Diaspora that deals with like the Ruby integration of things, and that's pretty cool. Also, federation improvements. So, as I said in the beginning, federations like different, maybe like services maybe that might be built differently but can still communicate with each other. And we need to improve that because this might sound strange, but Diaspora is currently the biggest user base of any decentralized social network, so it's confronted with problems that no other project has had before. And so there's a lot of things about, okay, finding out why things don't work, what could be improved, and it's like a constant process, and then people want more images, and all those cat images are like, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, so this is like a constant thing that needs improving. Also, the W3C decided to like put some standards out there in the social working group, and they're deciding upon there should be like one federation protocol for social networks. There are a few others like Friendlycar or Red Matrix, and they're kind of communicating right now, but this is not really documented, and would be nice to have like a set standard. And we have a few people from the community in the working group who help decide and like state what does the project need, what do like the users need, and decide upon that. So I think that's actually pretty exciting to see what's coming out of that. And also the future will have more of the usual things like more bug fixes, and you know how it goes. So now the drinking time for me. Okay, which brings us to what you can do. I'm going to start with what you can do, part one, in general. So this is not limited to today. And this is easy. You can create an account. There's a link to a list of like pods. That is how we call the servers in the network. You can choose a pod and open an account. And which is the next step. You can use it. Follow me or follow Florian or follow random other people here in the audience, because I'm sure there are a lot of people who actually use it, but they don't tell their friends about it, and I don't know why they do. Yeah, which just leads us to invite your friends, and they should use it too. And this is like actually the most basic contribution to the project that you can do. Awesome. Once you use it and you find a bug, file that bug. I think it's amazing that like people or non-technical people from the user base actually created GitHub accounts just to file bugs for the project, which is like really nice because they have the best user stories, and like I just read the issues sometimes like, oh my god, this is so true, and it's sometimes really detailed because they're not sure how to do it properly, so they just like write you an entire story of what they did, and yeah. Also translate something or check current translations. Diaspora is available in like a bunch of like almost all languages, I think, which also leads to like bugs that I don't know if people thought about it, but one of my favorite bugs was the markdown parser cannot handle Malaysian punctuation, Who knew? Yeah, engage in discussions. I think there's always a lot of discussion going on. We use Loom.io, which is also a decentralized decision-making tool, to do like meta decisions. And then like, okay, we want chat, but is it more like XMPP or do we like WebRTC, cutting-edge web stuff? And yeah, half a year and I don't know how many thousand posts later, the answer is XMPP because somebody just did it. Yeah, but you can also do that. It's like everybody can sign up and like throw their opinion in there. Okay, next step. You can host a pod or a server yourself, for your friends, for your family, for the community. You can like have invite only so that nobody from the outside can join it, but you can just open it up and be a nice person. You can fix one of those many filed bugs that other people filed, or implement the features that the people want. Which leads us to what can you do today? Yeah, this is like, yeah, set up a dev environment, which is actually took me half a day to do. So if you do it and you can improve the installation guides on the way, go for it. Pick one of those many issues. We have 364. That was a screenshot from last week. It might be more today. We also have like this nice little newcomer tag. And I picked some newcomer issues that I think might, or that maintainers thought might be solvable in one day. And they like ease you into the massive code base and like, you only need to touch a few files and not so many different files. And yeah, you can pick one of those or in the end, do something else. I mean, it's your project basically because it's for the community. Somebody wrote a command line client. Sure, why not? People wrote RSS post to Diaspora bots in Python, Haskell, and Shell, or like Bash script. Do that in Ruby if you want to. There's a lot of post this blog post to Diaspora share link thing. Put that on your blog. Why not? It's cool. Oh yeah, or just like ask whatever you want to do. Like, you're free to do anything. And that was it. Happy hacking. But actually, last slide. Warnings. No, do you have questions?
How do you get your friends join Diaspora?
You constantly talk about it. But that's actually not 100% guarantee. What I did was I made friends on Diaspora, and this is like actually also really nice.
But it's about like emails, there's a picture.
You can send emails, it's built-in functionality actually, but yeah. I don't know. Not a lot of my friends from before are on Diaspora, but yeah, like the tech community on Diaspora is pretty strong, and like I also like get help and all the other things on Diaspora. It's really cool.
Can you actually show us what it looks like? Can you show us this Diaspora in action?
Okay, I can do that. Wait, no.